Hey guys, today I'm going to be bringing you a newish deck list. It is an Ignite deck list, and the reason I have this here is because this represents the way Ignites are being played right now, and I have play tested this, and you can do cool stuff. You basically play the 3 Royal Magical Libraries, then just all the draw in the world. I guess I don't have to use an order, but it's like 3 Terraforming, 3 Ignition Phoenix, 3 Chicken Game, a Rescue Hamster, and some Upstarts. And you draw and draw and draw with Royal Magical Library. Well, that's fun and all, but I find that I'm missing like a distinct power play, a distinct boss monster to really get things going for me. And I won't say that this isn't the best way to play the deck right now, because it most likely is. Getting a 4 material Rangimiad, which is the one that doesn't allow your opponent to normal or special summon on their turn. Almost every single first turn is really good, but you can do it in this version too, and it adds some more flair. And this is the one that people saw on my channel and that they liked. And if you want to see this deck profile, you could literally type in Ignite deck profile August 2015 and do the chat window above, and you'll find like 15 different variations that are like 2 to 3 cards off of basically just adding these in and taking out the red eyes stuff that I have in this deck. So let's talk about the deck. Ignites are a pendulum deck, but they are normal monsters, so that's the reason we can play cards like Summoner's Art, but we can also play Advanced Ritual Art with Lord of the Red, and we get to do things with that. So I'm going to show you my list, and this is I've changed 2 or 3 cards in this multiple times. Actually, I was playing 3 Royal Magical Library in this build for a while, and it was good, so that might be there's some cards in here that are kind of pricey that you guys may want to switch out and try maybe Upstarts or Royal Magical Library in its spot. So I'm going to start 3 Lord of the Red. This card is incredibly powerful. It's 2400 attack. That's not the powerful part. The powerful part is that during either player's turn, once per turn, when an effect is activated, any card effect, I can destroy a monster. Also, once per turn, when a card effect is activated, I can destroy a spell. Now, I can activate either one of these when an effect is activated. I can't activate both. So basically, my opponent activates an MST, I can choose to either blow up a spell or a monster. Then my opponent activates Regeki, I can then blow up either a spell or a monster, depending on what I picked the first time around. And that's how it works. It's very powerful. It chains 2 effects. It destroys on Chain Link 2 a lot, so it makes things miss timing, which is really nice. Just for an example of it being exceptionally good, my opponent will play a Tenki. Normally, if you MST it, it messes it up, but you can actually chain Lord of Red to destroy the Tenki before it fully resolves face up. All of a sudden, your opponent doesn't get a search. Obviously, you can proc his effect on your turn by laying cards in the Pendulum Zone. Just any card activating procs his effect to destroy. So between your turn when he's summoned, you can destroy 2 cards. Then on your opponent's turn, you can destroy 2 cards. So he really starts paying dividends right off the bat. He helps you clear the board away for pushes, and he's the reason that this deck is functional, or this version of the deck, because it's built around him. He's an amazing ritual, kind of in a weird point in the game. He's obviously just an amazing card, but he may be kind of falling between the cracks with so many decks coming out, and there needs to be more appreciation for this card, and we're going to show it in this deck. It is a ritual card, so we do need to run 3 Manju. And we are running a very consistent pendulum deck. We can consistently set up our scales first turn. I will never draw a hand where I can't set up some sort of scale. So we're running these 3 Spiritual Whisper. Now this is a card that you guys may not have seen before, but it came out of that World Premiere Superstars pack. And when it's pendulum summoned, it has Manju's effect. And you can special summon multiples and get like multiple effects. But basically, we're trying to open up with Lord of Red every game as much as possible. So we have You can search the spell or trap. Excuse me, the monster or the spell. You can search the monster or the spell. We have the 3 Lord of the Red, and then we have the ritual spells. So, all in all, you're going to be getting Lord of the Red out pretty frequently on turn 1. It's not 100%. And, you know, getting the Royal Magical Library in the deck or upstarts may help that. But it's what we're doing. And this is a level 4 as well, so it works really well. Just making nice pendulums alongside your Lord of the Red on your first turn. Now we'll just go through the whole Ignite engine, and I'll explain Igknights here in a second. It's 18 cards as of right now. It's 6 different Igknights that are all the normal monsters. You can all use... basically, if you have an Ignite on one side of your scale and an Ignite on the other side of your scale, you can then destroy both of them to search out another Fire Warrior. So you just consistently set up scales, put materials in the extra deck to pendulum with, and you know, you're filling up your extra deck with tons of cards on your first turn. You can make rank 3s, rank 4s, rank 5s, and rank 6s in this deck. So you're very liberal on what you play in your extra deck. I think the rank 3s right now are a little lackluster. I think Alucard, Shark Drake, and Engineer are like the only ones worth a damn. Zenmane's a little too slow, especially for a deck like this. So that is all the Ignites. You got to play them all because you want to be setting up your pendulum zones frequently. And here's 2 of the cards that I said a lot of people may not have if you're playing this build, and maybe because you can't afford more expensive things. So if you want to take these out and another one of the tech cards I'll show you here in a minute, and add in like 3 upstarts or 3 magical libraries or 3 MSTs or anything like that, you can do it. I use these in my build because I have them. A, B, they're level 7 scale. C, actually A is that the fact that it's a MST for me. Basically, Floodgates obviously will kill your deck if you can't special summon or something's holding you off. You're going to be pretty much fucked. The good thing about Lord of Red is that a lot of the continuous Floodgates, as soon as they activate, if Lord of Red's on the field, they can just hit it before it resolves fully face up, and you'll be fine. But if you need to get rid of a Vanities or something, or there's something just blocking your way, this is a 1 card out to, you know, Mistake. Mistake will screw your deck over. Mistake is an amazing card, but this is a 1 card out to Mistake, and then it's a 1 card out to like things like Thunder King, just problem cards. So we are running 2. I wouldn't say that they're needed in the deck, but if you have them, I would run them. And then we were running 1 tech Blazeman. Blazeman, we can search off of our Ignite effect, and it searches out Polymerization, which is kind of relevant. We are playing normal monsters, so we do play 1 fusion in the deck. It's kind of a cutesy card. You could cut this for more consistency elsewhere. You could run, like I said, the Royal Magical Libraries or Upstarts, or really anything Tyrant's Throws that you may want to put in that spot. So we're in 1. Then just a bunch of search. 3 Summoner's Arts. Search out our level 5s and 6 Ignites, our 3 and 4 Ignites with this card. And then our Ritual spell is Advanced Ritual Art. I was running 2 Advanced Ritual Art, which is all you could run, and the actual Red Eye's Fusion spell, but this was really dead a lot of the time, and usually all I needed was these because I was searching for them anyway. Advanced Ritual Art sends normal monsters to the graveyard from your deck that fill the requirement for your fusion, your rituals. So you send, you know, a 3 and a 5 or a 4 and a 4 for your ritual requirements from your deck to the graveyard, and you have your Lord of Red, and all of your Ignites are considered normal monsters. You're on 1 Poly, and then 1 Rocket Key. So it's pretty basic. It's not, obviously there's no traps in the deck. It's kind of fragile in that way. The only trap I would play is probably a couple Tyrant's Throws and maybe a Vanities just to kind of stun. We are going to side into Royal Decrees in this deck because heavy back row decks are going to be a nightmare for you. But this is the main deck. It's again, it's pretty basic. The Igknights, they may be kind of confusing at first, but if you just start playing a few games, you'll see how you need to destroy them and how you need to set them to get your skill set up. I had some requests for this deck list, so there's that. And again, this is changing. Not a ton of the cards change. You know, the Eccentric Archfiends, the Blaze Man. I was running, let's look at, what else was I running in here? Pile of cards that I had with me. I was running a Rose Warrior of Revenge for synchro plays, which unlocks an Ignister and like a Stardust Dragon for you. Tyrant's Throws. Once I get a Deneb and a Diamond, I'll be running that in my extra deck because Shadows are really hard for this deck to deal with. At least the turbo version. I was having lots of problems with Shadows because they main mistake 3 mistakes, and it's once that gets out there, you're kind of in trouble. So turbo version is a deck profile you can see literally on any channel. So if you're interested in like the Ignite, draw your entire deck and just run Igknights, it's out there. This was more for this. I'll show you just kind of the extra deck. I'm missing an Exciton right now. I just haven't dropped the $30 on getting another one. So this is why we're running Polymerization. I think First of the Dragons is actually super good. It can only be destroyed by other normal monsters in battle, and it's unaffected by monster effects. So this could actually stall you out for a while. It's also just really powerful just to swing in. Unaffected by monster effects, so you know, things like Valk and stuff like that can't affect it. It actually stalls out Necros really bad. It's pretty funny. Our rank 6s, we have a Strike Bouncer and a M7. You could also play a Hazy Flame Bacillatrise, which I actually probably will. It requires 2 level 6 fire monsters, which obviously you make in this deck with all fire, and it's like spot removal. And I mean like remove from the game. You can take stuff out of the graveyard, remove it. Anything can be removed with Bacillatrise with 2 materials. It's really awesome, actually. 1 Gaia Charger to go with the Volcasaurus, Zenmayo. This card's really awesome when you play. Keep on saying Run Gimme Ad. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but it's this guy, the Heroic Champion. When you have 4 more materials, your opponent can't normal or special summon on their turn. So basically, they are going to set monsters. Then you come around the next turn and summon Zenmayo and just pop their like set monster in their back row. It's really nice. Durandal is actually pretty good. Basically, your opponent can do all their searching and do all this crazy stuff, and then you activate Durandal, and it like makes them shuffle their hand back in their deck and then redraw. So if they're in a deck that like just searches a ton, or you know they're 1 card away from getting something, you just make them shuffle their deck. Also, it turns any of your opponent's spells into basically an MST. So they can be like, you know, El Shadow Fusion, and you can be like, no, that's actually an MST. And you can make them use their El Shadow Fusion to MST something. It's actually pretty funny. So Durandal is actually not bad in the deck. Gimme Heroic Champion Excalibur, which is your out 2 towers. Castel, Blade Armor Ninja, who may not really keep his spot in here because there is a generic version of him that has 300 less attack and can block an attack, and that's this guy. There's actually a really nice card, Gargoyle Samurai. It's a double attacker, and unlike Blade Armor Ninja, it can be any 2 level 4s. So a lot of times you'll have your Spiritual Whisper and your Manjus sitting out there, and you'll make this guy, and he can actually proc the Lord of the Red. If you can watch my videos, you see me do that quite a bit, actually. Karen Gorgon, which is actually really funny. Sometimes I'll make Karen Gorgon with a Durandal. So my opponent, I'll make their spell turn into an MST, then I'll redirect whatever they target with Karen Gorgon. It's actually pretty funny. Karen Gorgon's actually really good if you do play Tyrant's Throws. You can then, if they ever try to MST your Tyrant's Throws, you can just make them hit like your Ignite or something like that. It's pretty funny, or one of their back rows. The only rank 3 right now I play is Shark Drake. I might switch that out for an Alucard, I'm not sure. But as for right now, that's my deck. I'm missing an Exciton. I have an Ignister if I put the if I put Rose Warrior Revenge back in there, or if I play a I think it's a Draco Slayer. I can't remember, Luster Pendulum, the Draco Slayer, or whatever. I may try playing that. But that's the deck, guys. If you have any questions, let me know. That your side deck is really going to have to deal with your floodgates. I would probably side the 3 MSTs and maybe some Royal Decrees. You lose to back row. You're pretty fragile as well. But if you get Lord of the Red out early with another rank 4 or rank 5 to back him up, you're going to win a lot of games as well. So I don't know how competitive this deck is because I haven't gotten to play it too much. The only day of test playing I did, I won against Necroz, and I was actually doing really well. And the games he was winning were the games that he was able to Raigeki this off the field early. And it's really funny, he tried to Valk me once. I was attacking into his Unicore, and he tried to Valk me, which the Valk went off, but Valk activated, and it procced Lord of Red's effect, so I just destroyed his Unicore anyway. It was actually pretty funny. So that's the deck, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, again, post below. And I'll see you next time. If you really, if I get enough requests, which I probably won't, because you literally can get this deck profile anywhere. If you guys really decide that you want me to do a profile of like the turbo build, I can do that, but literally there's 50 of them probably within the last week, so this is the only place you're probably going to find this particular build. So if you have any questions, again, post them below, and it's good to be back, guys. Hopefully I'll be doing a lot more deck profiles. Have a good one. Bye.